Me, 31F, head of people and culture, at a mid-sized tech logistics company in Seattle corporate world, is an ancient swamp of ego and ladder climbing. My whole job is to bleach that out and replace it with psychological safety. My office is basically a wellness bunker. Herman Miller chair that costs more than my first car standing desk thing. 2 different humidifiers misting eucalyptus and lavender. Like I live inside a spa, add walls, painted a soft, muted green, framed abstract prints that allegedly represent equity and alignment. Start every morning with a 25-minute mindfulness session before I even open Slack if I'm not regulated. The org isn't regulated, leadership burden, etc. Report straight to the CEO. Derek is 64, obsessed with sailing. Wears boat shoes like it's a personality trait. Thinks HR is just hiring/firing and telling people not to sue. Been gently educating him that HR is actually curating the soul of the enterprise. He usually just smiles, signs whatever budget sheet I slide over so he can bounce early to his yacht club. Fine by me, gives me full autonomy to shape the culture company's doing. Well, too well. Honestly, logistics demand shoots up like 280%. We need a new server facility and a warehouse annex on the back lot. Derek announces the expansion at the Q1 meeting, breaking ground in May. He says immediately raise my hand. Derek, have we assessed the environmental impact on the wetland area behind the lot? He blinks at me like I'm speaking whale. It's a parking lot, Andrea. There aren't wetlands. There's standing water back there for weeks after rain. That can be a microhabitat. He waves it off, classic dismissal of valid concerns. Contract goes to a company called Titan Ridge Construction. Even the name sounds like it yells at its kids. I asked to review their diversity and inclusion stats. Derek actually laughs. They pour concrete. I don't care who they are, as long as the building stays upright. Massive red flag. But I pick my battles, tell myself, I'll just keep an eye on it, so our internal culture doesn't get infected by external vendors. May hits groundbreaking week. I'm expecting something professional, maybe modern tradespeople with tablets, high-vis vests, maybe even those exoskeleton things. What we get is an occupation. Monday, 6:45 a.m. I come in early to journal and set intentions back. Lot already packed with trucks, big lifted Ford F-Series, mud everywhere, bumper stickers. I refuse to read because I like my blood pressure. Low noise starts instantly, diesel engines idling backup, beeping guys yelling over each other. Some kind of metal music, blasting from a radio that looks like it survived a house fire. Watch from my second floor window, feels like I'm observing a troop of gorillas establish dominance, men everywhere, hard hats, neon vests, tool belts. Taking up space in a way that's not just physical, it's energetic. They walk like they own the air, shoulders wide, chins up. Zero awareness that their presence shifts the emotional equilibrium of the building spot. The foreman, name's Logan, looks like he was carved out of a boulder and then left in the sun for 50 years. Graybeard forearms the size of my calves pointing at things and barking orders. No, please, no, could you? Just commands open my cultural risk tracker spreadsheet type. Vendor leadership displaying authoritarian communication patterns. Monitor for impact on junior staff. First week is brutal. The noise never stops. So I buy noise-canceling headphones for the entire dev team, expense it as wellness support. But the real issue isn't the sound. It's the gaze to get to my car. I have to walk past the site technically. Nobody says anything. No whistles, no comments. But I can feel it, that silent assessing stare, like I'm a weird animal at the zoo, and they're deciding if it's dangerous or just annoying. They probably think I look ridiculous, and it's the unspoken microaggression that digs the deepest. Bring it up at Tuesday, all hands, everyone sitting there pretending this is normal. I know things are hectic with the construction, I say. Let my voice wobble just a little so people understand the gravity. I want you all to know my door is open. If you feel unsafe, observed, minimized by the external crew, please come to me. Engineering team, mostly guys, suddenly fascinated by their own shoes. My Gen Z assistant / social media coordinator, Zoe, nods like her neck is on a spring, leans toward me and whispers, "It's literally so scary." I whisper back, "I know." We're holding space. Then the lunch thing starts, and this is where it turns. Our office has this beautiful outdoor patio, imported teak furniture, shades, sails, little Zen garden corner with smooth stones and ornamental grass. It was designed for mindful breaks and creative collision. I usually eat my quinoa bowl out there in quiet like a monk with a badge. Then Titan Ridge discovers it. Apparently their contract gives them access to shared facilities. Love that. For legal, every day at noon, some whistle blows and the herd migrates like clockwork. 15, maybe 20 of them stomping onto the delicate teak deck in steel-toe boots, dragging tables together into one long exclusionary banquet line. Pure tribal behavior. And they bring coolers, huge battered coolers, like they're tailgating for a war. Then the meat comes out, it's unreal. Tupperware stacked with steak, pork chops, sausages, burgers. One guy has a little portable heating plate. Another is just eating deli meat straight out of the container with his hands. Some of it looks like it still has a bone. Attached stink seeps into the entire first floor. We have some fancy smart HVAC system. Unfortunately, it's also incredible at sucking in patio air and gifting it to everyone. So by like 12:20, the whole open office smells like a roadside smokehouse. I'm been vegan for 7 years. Not just health, like actual planet reasons. The smell of seared animal fat hits me like a punch instant gag reflex. It's the smell of violence. One Wednesday we're hosting a candidate for a senior UX role. They're non-binary, very tuned in, very sensitive to vibes. We're mid-interview having a genuinely good conversation about emotional intelligence in engineering teams. Then it happens, BBQ rib scent slides into the conference room, thick, sweet, smoky meat. Fog candidate's face tightens. They sniff, eyes widen. Is something burning? No, I say. Forcing a calm smile that probably looks like a hostage video. Just the construction crew on lunch. They pause. That's really intense. We don't extend the offer, and I know exactly why it's not our comp band. It's not culture fit. It's the vendors. They are literally driving away, diverse talent with carnivore fumes. Decide I need to observe lunch from a safe distance, go to the break room window, like I'm studying an invasive species, watch them eat. It's disgusting. Logan, the foreman, is chewing a sandwich that is basically meat, cheese, and then extra meat as garnish, 0 vegetables, 0 fiber. How is his colon not filing a complaint with HR? They're all laughing, slapping the table, talking about trucks, football, fishing, never once ask how anyone's doing. No check-ins, no emotional processing, just loud bonding through volume and posturing. My assistant, Mia, walks up beside me, freshly, 22, TikTok brain, permanently horrified. You, she whispers, look at that dude tearing into that chicken leg. That's primal. It's toxic, she adds. I correct her gently because I'm nothing if not educational. It's performative masculinity. They eat like that to prove they aren't weak. It's insecurity. Mia nods like she's in a lecture. Exactly. True strength is restraint. True strength is mindful, plant-based choices. And that's when it clicks. I can't let this keep happening. This is my campus, my culture. I have a responsibility to protect my people. Start soft draft and email to the CEO. Derek's subject line. Concerns. Shared space utilization plus sensory inclusivity. Lay it on thick, explain the odors are disrupting productivity, causing distress to neurodivergent employees with sensory sensitivities. Use enough buzzwords to make a LinkedIn influencer blush. Derek replies 4 hours later, just ask them to clean up after themselves. Sent from my iPad, he didn't read a single sentence classic, but he also didn't say no. So I interpret clean up broadly like clean up the atmosphere, decide to go down there myself. Conflict is necessary for growth. Put on my power, blazer, sharp shoulders, structured, corporate armor, march to the patio at 12:12 p.m. Noise hits, first laughter, mouth sounds men, chewing like they're auditioning for a nature show. Then the smell smacks me like walking into a smoker, stand at the edge of the patio, clear my throat. Nobody even registers me, clear it louder. Excuse me. Silence travels down the table like a wave. 20 heads turn. At once Logan freezes mid-chew with a rib in his hand, wipes his mouth with a paper towel that's already translucent with grease, stands up. He's taller than I expected. Help you, ma'am? I physically flinch at the gendered language. Hi, I'm Rachel, Director of People and Culture. He nods once. Logan. Foreman. Hi, Logan. Do my best. Warm smile. We're really glad you're here. Lie through my teeth. But we need to talk about the lunch situation. Logan looks at the table, looks back at me. What about it? The odors, I say. They're extremely potent. We have staff who are vegan and staff with sensory processing issues. The smell of burnt flesh is traveling into the workspace. One of the younger guys snorts a laugh. Logan shoots him a look that shuts him up instantly, then turns back to me. We're just eating lunch, Rachel. I understand, I say. But could you choose options that are less aromatic? Maybe salads, cold wraps, hummus plates. Dead silence. The guy who snickered looks like he's about to pop like a shaken soda. Logan scratches his beard. I notice dirt under his nails like he dug up a grave this morning. Ma'am, he says, slow and tired. These boys been hauling rebar since 6 a.m. They're burning like 4,000 calories a shift. A hummus plate ain't gonna do it. There are high-protein plant-based options, I insist. Seitan, tofu. Lentils are literally a superfood. He doesn't even argue, just shrugs. We like meat. And something in me goes cold. It's not about what you like, I say. It's about inclusivity. You're dominating a shared space with your choices. It's exclusionary. Logan lets out this deep, exhausted sigh like, I'm his third problem today. We got 30 minutes, Rachel. We just want to eat so we can work. We don't want to think about it. And I snap, didn't mean to, but the way he refuses to recognize his privilege lights me up. And we just want to work without nausea. His eyes narrow, slightly tone goes flat. I'll see what I can do. Dismissive, then he sits down, picks up the rib, again takes a bite while holding eye contact with me. Pure dominance move. I turn on my heel and walk away. Hands shaking, adrenaline in my throat. The disrespect, the audacity, they think. Because they build the walls, they own the air. Fine, I'll show them who owns the air back in my office straight into crisis mode. Pull up the employee handbook, pull up the vendor contract, find it. Clause 13C, contractors must comply with all site conduct policies as determined by HR. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Got them spend the next 3 hours drafting a new policy. Olfactory wellness and dietary inclusivity addendum. Sounds official. Looks official. Slap the company logo on top. Like it's the 10 Commandments write the actual rule. To maintain a neutral and welcoming environment for all, the consumption of heated animal proteins is prohibited in shared outdoor communal zones between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Add a paragraph about environmental stewardship, so it reads like a sustainability initiative. Send it to legal. Legal is one guy named Connor, terrified of me. Ever since I reported him for a microaggression last year, Connor approves it in like 10 minutes. Looks standard, he emails back, victory. I make signs, beautiful signs, laminated, glossy, aggressively professional, clean sans serif, font. Little graphic of a burger with a red circle slashed through it, smiling leaf next to it like it's proud of itself. Go down around 6:30 p.m. After the crew's gone, zip tie signs to the patio railing tape, one to each table, like I'm posting emergency evacuation routes. Put another on the door that leads outside for extra touch. Leave a neat stack of local vegan dining guide brochures on the teak table, feel like Rosa Parks. But for sensory people, I am fighting for the rights of the delicate go home, pour myself organic red wine, sit on my couch, feeling righteous and unbothered next day noon. I'm stationed at the window with Mia like it's a playoff game. We've got popcorn, organic, air-popped, lightly salted. Because we have standards, here comes the crew marching up the path in a pack. Logan in front, lugging a cooler that looks like it could fit an entire pig. He stops at the door, sees the sign, reads it, pauses, reads it again, slower, like the words might change. Turns around to the guys behind him, points at it, can't hear anything through the double-pane glass. But the body language is screaming, hands thrown up, wide arm swings, aggressive pointing, like they're arguing with a judge. One guy literally kicks dirt like a toddler. Logan pulls out his phone, snaps a photo of the sign, probably sending it to someone to complain like, "Look what the office princess did." I smile, checkmate. They stand there for a solid 5 minutes debating. Finally, Logan jerks his thumb toward the parking lot. Shoulders drop, the whole group turns around like a defeated parade, trudge back to their trucks. It's a weirdly hot day for early June. Sun-blasting parking lot has zero shade. They sit on tailgates and eat their meat in direct sunlight, like it's some barbarian ritual. Patio stays empty, silent, clean, no greasy fingerprints, no boot scuffs. I go down and eat my kale salad on the teak bench. Air smells like jasmine and victory. Mia joins me. "This is so much better," she says. "It's safe," I tell her. We reclaim the space. I take a selfie posted on LinkedIn because leadership requires visibility caption. Leadership means making hard calls to protect culture. Sometimes you have to disrupt comfort to create real belonging. Hashtag inclusion, hashtag people, oops, hashtag culture work. Gets like 53 likes and a comment from some DEI consultant saying, "This is courageous work." Love that, for me, the stalemate holds for 2 full work weeks. And I'll admit it, the building is going up fast. Titan Ridge works hard, but the tension is constant. Every time I see Logan on site, he looks right through me like I'm glass. I try being cordial once. "Hey Logan, staying cool out there." He gives the smallest nod imaginable and keeps walking passive-aggressive silence, classic stonewalling. Then the heat wave hits late July, some freak weather thing 102 degrees, with humidity that makes the air feel thick. News says it's record-breaking. I'm inside with the AC at a crisp 66. Like a civilized person, look out at noon. Their trucks are parked on blacktop. That's basically a skillet heat, shimmer dancing off the asphalt. One guy is shirtless, immediately jot unprofessional in my notes. Another dude is leaning hard against a tire, like his bones are melting. Logan is passing out water bottles, and I feel this tiny pang of something not guilt, more like irritation. Why are they so stubborn? They could be in the shade on the patio. If they just brought PB&J and cold wraps, they're choosing this martyrs for meat, pathetic around 2:15 p.m. The front desk calls me. "Rachel, the foreman is here to see you." I straighten my blazer like I'm putting on armor. Send him in. Logan walks into my office and he looks wrecked. Face-red shirt, soaked through with sweat dust. Stuck in his eyebrows, he drags the whole job site smell in with him. Sweat, dirt, hot metal, diesel. I wrinkle my nose before I can stop myself. "Logan," I say, polite voice. "To what do I owe the pleasure?" He doesn't sit, holds his hard hat with both hands like it's the only thing keeping him upright. "We need the patio." "The patio is available," I say, "as long as you follow the community guidelines." His jaw tightens. "It's 100 degrees on the asphalt. My guys are overheating. We need shade. We need tables." I nod like I'm sympathetic in a documentary. I agree, heat safety is important. "Have you considered switching to cold lunches? Gazpacho, pasta salad, hummus wraps." His hands clamp down on the hard hat knuckles. "Go white, Rachel," he says, voice strained. "These men are welding steel beams. They need calories. They need protein. They bring leftovers because they can't afford buying $18 salads every day. We provided a list of affordable plant-based options," I remind him. "There are vegan taco trucks. Budget-friendly." "They don't want vegan tacos," he snaps. His voice starts climbing. I lift a hand immediately. "Please lower your voice. This is a safe space." Logan closes his eyes for a second, takes a deep breath, exhales slow through his nose like he's trying not to explode, then looks at me. Eyes are this weird bright blue and he looks absolutely exhausted. "Rachel," he says, calmer now, which is somehow worse. "You're putting my crew at risk over a sandwich. Is this really the hill you want to die on?" I don't blink. I'm not the one dying on a hill, Logan. I'm enforcing a policy that protects the majority. If your crew can't adapt, that's a management issue on your side. He stares at me. "So, that's a no." "It's a yes with conditions," I correct. "Inclusivity requires compromise." He nods slowly like he's tasting the word inclusivity. He repeats, "Yeah, right." Puts the hard hat back on his head. Voice goes flat. "I think I understand the culture here now. Glad we had this talk." And he walks out calm, too calm, the kind of calm that makes your stomach drop. I get this little shiver, then I shake it off. I held my boundary go back to my spreadsheet type. Successfully navigated vendor conflict regarding resource allocation. Next morning, Tuesday, I drive in usually by 8 a.m. The crane is already moving today. The crane is still park and step out, and something feels wrong. Immediately, it's quiet, too quiet, no beeping, no jackhammers, no metal music rattling the windows. I walk past the back lot, empty, no trucks, no equipment, just the half-built steel skeleton of the new server facility, sitting there like a dead monument, creepy as hell. I go inside. Derek is in the lobby. He never comes to the lobby. He looks red in the face. Rachel? Good morning, Derek. Is everything okay? Where is Titan Ridge? I blink. I don't know. Maybe they're on a supply run. He steps closer, jaw tight. I just called their main office. They pulled their crew, Derek says, jaw clenched. My stomach drops like an elevator with cut cables. Pulled them? Why? He's already loud, like volume will reverse reality. They invoke the hostile work environment clause. I blink, actually confused hostile. Us? I literally host empathy workshops with icebreakers. Hostile work environment? I repeat. He shoves his phone toward me. They cited arbitrary exclusionary restrictions on basic needs. Derek's voice spikes people in the lobby. Start pretending they aren't listening. Rachel, he snaps, did you ban them from eating lunch? I did not ban lunch, I say fast. I regulated the odor profile of the lunch. It was a culture alignment issue. Derek throws his hands up. It's a construction site. It smells like sweat and diesel. Who cares about a ham sandwich? Our staff cares, I say, staying composed with effort. Our neurodivergent staff cares. The staff cares that we don't have a server building, he barks back. We're losing like 40 grand a day in capacity we can't bring online. My throat tightens, but I refuse to crumble in public. I can fix this, I say, trying to channel my inner LinkedIn girl boss. Titan Ridge was toxic anyway. We need a crew that matches our values. Derek leans in, eyes hard. I don't care about your values. I care about the building. I'll find a new crew today. Even better, I insist, desperate, cheaper. More aligned. He points a finger like a weapon. You have 1 week to get work restarted or you're gone. He turns and storms off. Everyone suddenly remembers they have somewhere else to be. I run to my office, heart pounding, like I just got chased. Open my laptop, panic mode, Googling Progressive Construction Company Seattle, values aligned general contractor, trauma-informed steel crew. Results are basically nothing but ads and a blog from 2014. So I do what every modern leader does in crisis. I post everywhere. Craigslist, LinkedIn, local Facebook groups. I swore I'd never touch. Tech leader seeking agile construction, partner for exciting expansion. Project. Make it sound inspiring, like the building is a mission, not a box of steel. 3 replies come in. First is an obvious scam. Send deposit via gift card, can start tomorrow. Second is a guy named Trevor with a pickup truck and a single blurry photo of a hammer. Third is Marty's General Contracting. So I call Marty. He answers like he's actively chewing rocks. Yeah? Hi, this is Rachel from... We do steel, he cuts in. We do concrete. We do whatever. Voice sounds like a cigarette with a person attached. Great, I say, forcing optimism. I just have a few questions about your crew culture. Dead pause. Culture, he repeats like it's a new word. Yeah, I say. Our campus has certain expectations around communication, inclusivity, shared space etiquette. He snorts. Lady, we show up. We build stuff. We go home. Honestly sounds perfect in that moment. And dietary restrictions, I add quickly. We have a meat-free shared space policy. Marty laughs. Not a normal laugh, more like a wheezing cough from the depths. Long as the check clears, he says, we'll eat tofu, I don't give a damn. Hired signed the paperwork so fast I almost dislocate my wrist. Marty's crew starts Thursday and the difference is immediate. Titan Ridge was like a military unit matching uniforms. Clean trucks, organized tool stations, everything lined up and labeled. Marty's crew looks like a chaotic side quest. Rusty vans, mismatched clothes. Guys with random hoodies and no consistent PPE energy. Loud, but not focused. Loud. Messy? Loud. They play techno at max volume, like we're building a server farm inside a nightclub, and they smoke everywhere, cigarettes by the intake vents, cigarettes by the doors, cigarettes like they're trying to summon lung cancer faster, find cigarette butts in the Zen garden, in the actual stones. I have to go down there 3 times a day to scold them, like I'm running summer camp. Marty, no smoking near the ventilation. Marty just shrugs. Sorry, boss. Doesn't even look at me. But the one thing they do comply with, they eat approved lunches, sad little squash sandwiches on white bread, cold limp, smelling like nothing. So technically I won air is meat-free workspace scent. Neutral, but the work speed, painfully slow. Titan Ridge put up a floor. A week Marty's guys spend 3 days arguing over how to read the blueprints. I hear them yelling the words left and right like it's philosophy. Mia comes into my office wide-eyed. Rachel, she whispers. One of the new guys winked at me. My eye twitches. I'll write it up, I say automatically because that's what I do. Now write-ups and coping, I file report number 5 for the week. Connor in legal stops making eye contact with me entirely. Marty somehow gets his hands on the reports, and I'm pretty sure he shreds them, like literal shredding. I see strips of paper in a trash can, but I can't fire them. I need a building, so I tell Derek everything is on track. Transition pains, I say. But overall, the culture is much healthier. He doesn't believe me, but he wants to believe me. 3 weeks later, Disaster City Inspector shows up for a surprise audit names Glenn Clipboard, high-vis vest expression, like he hates joy. I greet him with my best corporate smile. Welcome to our campus, Glenn. He doesn't smile back. Where's the permit for the electrical rough-in? My stomach flips. Marty has it, I say. Confidence I do not feel. We go find Marty. Marty is asleep in the cab of his truck, mouth open, hat tipped down. It's 11 a.m. I knock on the window until he jolts awake. Humiliating, doesn't even cover it. Glenn walks the site frowning, the entire time, making notes, taking photos. He stops at the main support pillars for the server room, pulls out a measuring tape, checks twice, shakes his head slowly, then walks straight to me. Who poured this concrete? My mouth goes dry. Marty's team. Glenn's face does not change. It's the wrong grade. He points with his pen, and the rebar spacing is off by 5 inches. I blink, trying to translate, Is that bad? He looks at me like I asked if fire is hot. It's structural failure bad. You put servers in here, you're risking a collapse. My vision actually sways for a second, like the floor already gave up. Can we reinforce it? I ask, voice thin. No, Glenn says. You tear it out and redo it. Then he slaps a red sticker on the gate. Stop work order, significant safety violations. And because the universe loves details, he adds, fines start at $12,000 a day until remediation. I turn toward Marty. Marty is already starting his truck engine rattling. Hey, I shout, not even professional anymore. Where are you going? He leans out the window, eyes half-lidded. Not my problem. Plans were garbage. Sue me. And he drives off. Just leaves, leaving me standing in the dust and shame next to Glenn and his clipboard. My phone rings immediately. It's Derek. His voice is ice. Get upstairs, now. I walk back through the building. It feels like a funeral march. People avoid my eyes, even the plants in the hallway look disappointed. Derek is at the window watching the red sticker, like it personally offended him. His face is purple. The inspector says we have to demolish a month of work. He says I try to salvage it. Marty lied to me. He said he was certified. Derek whips around. Titan Ridge was certified. Titan Ridge was ahead of schedule. Titan Ridge knew what they were doing. I grabbed the only defense I have left. Titan Ridge was toxic. Derek laughs. Not funny. Laugh the kind of laugh you do right before you ruin someone's day. Toxic? He spits. They ate lunch. That's all they did. They ate lunch. He grabs a stapler off his desk and hurls it at the wall. It hits with a crack and drops to the floor. Call them. I freeze. What? Call Titan Ridge, he says. Get them back. Beg if you have to. I can't, I blurt. Logan hates me. I don't care if he hates you, Derek snaps. Offer double. Offer the patio. Offer them a personal chef. Just get them back. I walk to my office on shaking legs. My hands are trembling so hard I can barely type my empathy poster. On the wall feels like it's mocking me. Breathing is a choice. Cool, thanks. I pull up Logan's number, hit call. It rings 4 times. Titan Ridge, a voice answers. Hi, I say too fast. Logan, it's Rachel. Silence long enough to hurt. Then, "Hello, Rachel." His voice is calm, dangerously calm. I swallow. "So, things didn't work out with the other vendor." Logan lets out a low chuckle. "Yeah. Marty's a clown. Known him a long time." My face burns. "We want you back," I say. "We're booked," he says instantly. "We can pay double," I rush. "We'll pay rush rates." "It's not about money," Logan says, so I go lower. "You can use the patio. You can bring whatever you want. Bring the smoker. We'll buy you a new grill. I hate myself as I say it. I'll personally serve you ribs if that helps." My vegan soul is screaming in a locked room. Logan pauses like he's savoring this. "Rachel, listen," he says. "We're on the new county library job now. We don't break contracts. Integrity thing. Maybe you've heard of it." That one lands like a punch. "Logan, please," I say, voice cracking. "Derek is going to fire me." Long pause. I can hear heavy machinery in the background. Competent sounds, productive sounds. The sound of people who know what they're doing. "I'm sorry," he says finally. "My guys are happy here. We got a nice break area. Nobody looks down their nose at us. We fit better." I try one last time. "Please." "Good luck with the building," Logan replies. "Try finding someone who aligns with your odor needs." Click 10 minutes later, Derek fires me, doesn't even drag it out. Security escorts me out, like I'm a threat. Mia won't make eye contact. She's already on her phone, probably tweeting about toxic leadership. Pretty sure she means me. I pack my succulents into a cardboard box, carry them, like a sad little funeral bouquet. Walk out to my electric car, silver Polestar, that suddenly feels extremely stupid. I look back at the dead construction site. Half-built, steel frame, red sticker, ruin a monument to my competence. I drive home in silence, no NPR, no meditation playlist, just the hollow feeling of being completely, absolutely wrong 3 months later, still unemployed, living off savings, selling my designer blazers on Depop like it's a humiliation ritual. I drive past the old office one day because I hate myself and I see the crane moving. Construction is alive again. My stomach tightens. Of course Titan Ridge is back. Derek must have waited them out or paid triple. It's noon. I pull into the fast food place across the street so I can watch without being seen. It's a Burger King classy. I sit there like a creep staring through the windshield. And there it is. The patio packed. Logan is there. Derek is there too. Derek is wearing a hard hat and laughing like I never existed. And right in the middle of the Zen garden, a massive black smoker grill in the rocks. Smoke pouring out, thick blue smoke curling into the air. I roll my window down. A little wind carries it straight into my car. Hickory brown sugar pork fat. And it smells amazing. My stomach rumbles. Traitor organ. I watch Derek bite into a rib grease on his chin. He looks happier than I ever saw him. The building is almost done. The company didn't collapse. The vibes didn't die. Culture didn't implode. Only me, I stare at the Burger King menu. Bored, haven't eaten meat in 7 years. My mouth waters anyway. I order a double bacon cheeseburger, extra patty. Eat it in my car, crying like an idiot. Grease drips onto my shirt. Salty, fatty, real. I finish the whole thing, wipe my face with a napkin that's immediately translucent. Start the car, drive away without looking back.